I've always been a big David Spade fan. I remember David Spade from, the SNL days when I was growing up. And then one of the first movies I remember him in was a movie called PCU, Politically Correct University. It was a lot of fun. And then I remember him in Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy was one of my favorite movies. And growing up, and still is. And David Spade's character played such a big role in that. And then obviously later, being a trailer park guy, I got into Joe Dirt. And man, did I love Joe Dirt. I used to quote lines from Joe Dirt all day.
Hey, I'm Joe. Where's the throw up?
Over there in the middle of the lunchroom.
Hey, I'll get that cleaned up lickety-split. Speaking of lickety-split, let's meet up later, see what's going on. I'm kidding, but seriously, let's hook up. I'm new in town, kind of lonely, look at my parents.
One of the best. So I was on the Bobby Bones podcast one time, and he asked me kind of my Mount Rushmore for comedians, but I think he said comedic actors, so not just stand-ups. And I had listened to his podcast, and I was prepared to answer the Mount Rushmore of stand-ups, but not prepared for the comedic actors. So it was an answer on the fly, and I don't remember all of them. I imagine one of them was John Candy, because he's the best. But I said David Spade. Now I have a great manager, and she was listening and listened to the podcast and said, oh, I had no idea you were such a David Spade fan. So she booked me on the David Spade show, Lights Out. What an amazing manager. She listens to what I like, and then she gets me booked on the show. It's amazing. So I did David Spade's show, Lights Out, a couple of times. I did it twice live in studio, and then I did it once on Zoom. And one of the times I got to go on there was with Rob Lowe. So being a Tommy Boy fan, I'm like, boom, this is like a little Tommy Boy reunion in a way. So I was so excited. Someone gave me the idea, a comic friend of mine, I want to say it was Brian Bates, said that you look like overly paranoid Rob Lowe from the DirecTV commercials. And so I was like, I pulled it up and I was like, oh, dang, I do look like him. And I said, I said to them on the show, I was like, we should do this. We should say, he's Rob Lowe and I'm overly paranoid Rob Lowe. And they said they couldn't get the clip approved in time to show on the show, so they didn't do it. But here's that clip, and see if you think I look like overly paranoid Rob Lowe.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV.
And I'm overly paranoid Rob Lowe, and I have cable.
No other TV provider scores higher in customer satisfaction than DirecTV.
Cable's got me on hold, which gives me time to figure out what the heck the Petersons are building.
What are you up to?
Did you know that DirecTV ranked higher than cable for the 14th year in a row?
Did you know they hide listening devices in our cheese?
I even have a joke now where I talk about being paranoid and looking through the blinds. So pretty on point. And I do get into a conspiracy now and again. I don't think they're listening to us through the cheese, but they're listening to us somewhere. And so, all right, so I'm on the show, and when you do a show like this, they have a writer. I guess they're not sure if everybody that comes on the show is going to want to write their own jokes or even have the ability to write their own jokes. So they have someone there to help you. So earlier in the day, they'll send you all the topics. So what I do is the moment I get the topics is I start writing jokes, and I would also text my friends the setups, and I'm like, let's write some jokes, because my whole goal is to be as funny as I can possibly be. I don't have some weird pride in me that's like, nope, every joke has to come exactly from my brain or it doesn't count. I'm like, no, I just want to be as funny as I can possibly be. I'm all about a team of writers. Now, I do write all my own jokes, but I'm all about a team of writers. And I've had many jokes where my friends have helped me come up with tags, and many jokes where my friends have, even given me punchlines. And I'm like, oh, that's a great punchline. I want to use that. And I just think that's the way it should be, and I'm all about that method. So when I show up to the David Spade show and there's a writer there, and and he has a joke idea that I like, I'm going to take it because I'm like, that's a hot joke. So I'm on there, and one of the questions was about Peloton. And, one of the topics was about Peloton. And all I want to do is come up with funny jokes. I don't even care if it makes sense. And so the writer has one of these jokes, and I hear the joke, and I say, well, that's a little dirtier than I would normally be, but I also know that joke's going to crush. So I said, yeah, I'll take that joke. So when I walk out onto the stage, I get applause. People cheer for me. But when Rob Lowe goes out on stage, the crowd goes wild. Now, this crowd is full of, middle-aged women, I guess women my age and Rob Lowe's age, and they go nuts for him. So I'm like, I know this joke is going to work. And then I hit the joke, and it does work. Here's the joke.
My dad bought my mom a trampoline when that was the fad back in the day. For Christmas, she cried for like an entire year, but it was also like, you can cry and jump, bitch. You have gained a few, Mom. A little too much butt cake for you, bitch.
If you want your wife to ride this, what you do is you buy this bag and then you get the seat molded like Rob Lowe's face. So I've gotten to do this. I was lucky enough to get to do Lights Out with David Spade a couple of times before the show ended, and I gave David Spade a hat, and then later I actually mailed him a couple of ones. I wanted him to have all the colors. And here's just a picture or a clip of David Spade wearing my hat.
Hey everybody, it's Saturday. Tonight there's going to be a Saturday Night Live on with Eddie Murphy. I just want to say, Eddie, good luck. This is David Spade. You might not recognize me from your dartboard, but it's me.
So it's very fun. So as a Tommy Boy, Joe Dirt, SNL fan, longtime David Spade fan, I've loved getting to do the show. All right, and yeah, so I've had a great time. Gotten to kind of be friends with David Spade. Not really, but kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I'm friends with him. Whether he would say he's friends with me, I don't know. But I'm telling you, I'm friends with David Spade. David Spade may be like, we're not friends, but he can't control if I'm his friend or not. You know what I mean? All right, we're having a good time.